So Coventry are in their change strip tonight. It's not exactly sky blue, is it, that? And Sheffield Wednesday in their famous blue and white stripes. And David Hirst strolls towards the centre spot alongside Mark Bright. And this is familiar territory, of course, for the Coventry manager, who was the manager here. He took Sheffield Wednesday to the Rumbelows Cup final, as it then was. And they won it too against Manchester United before his move to Coventry in highly controversial circumstances. And he always gets a hot reception when he returns to Hillsborough, does Ron Atkinson. So the match underway with Richardson playing the first pass of the evening. And the ball forward, encouraging Ndlovu to give chase, covered by Nicol. And Ndlovu gets a ball in. It wasn't an altogether convincing clearance from Walker. Forward again from Richardson. That's good control. Lovely piece of football by Salako, supported down that flank by Paul Williams. Nolan's clearance. Ian Nolan settled well. He only came here last season from Tranmere Rovers, but was virtually ever present, only missing the one game in the whole of his first campaign. Now Nicol. Seems so strange not to see Steve Nicol playing in a Liverpool shirt after so many successful seasons at Anfield, 13 in fact. Waddle forward, straight out of play. Much talk of Chris Waddle perhaps leaving to go back to his native northeast, with Sunderland or even further north with Celtic, but he remains here as a firm part of David Pleat's plans. Pickering, confronted by Whittingham, he got the ball forward but straight to a Wednesday man. Salako again, another nice touch now. This is Marcus Hall, the young fullback who's made such an impact. Away goes Waddle for Wednesday, and pursued all the way by Williams and fouled by Williams. Signing from Derby County, just over £1 million. And here's Hirst into the area, and Ogrizovic just off the line in time. Ogrizovic set up last week against Wolverhampton Wanderers. And Hirst, who's had so many injuries, really has been jinxed over the last 3 seasons. Whittingham. A rather crunching tackle from Pickering, who's not far from home here as a Rotherham boy, and he's got the first yellow card in the opening 5 minutes. The referee clearly unhappy with the challenge that came in on Briscoe. And Ali Pickering cautioned. So he's got a long way to go on that yellow card. This is Hall again. Pressman, who favours the left boot in clearing, which was an awkward angle for him, but he's got a terrific boot on him. Straight onto the head of Rennie. Pickering once again. That's a better ball. He finds Ndlovu, who so enjoys running at defenders, but got that all wrong. Made a present of the ball. Nolan. Atherton supporting. Here goes Peter Atherton, Wednesday's player of the year last year. Knocks it through, and here's a chance for Mark Bright straight away. Spins away, still a chance, must be here. Oh, what a disappointing finish that was from Degryse. What a chance for Wednesday really there. and one that was spurned. At the other end, away goes Ndlovu. Cross ball in, danger at both ends in the space of 30 seconds. But that was a real opening which Wednesday failed to take. This time Dublin's pass too short. Atherton, who really instigated that move which almost led to a goal. I can't help thinking if the ball had come to Hirst in the situation in which Degryse found himself, it would have been a goal, but the Belgian failed to make a good contact. Pickering forward. Ndlovu turned well, and it comes back from Williams, who cracks a shot straight against the shins of Whittingham, who now leads Wednesday out. Whittingham again. Degryse. Nolan with the ball in, which is straight into Ogrizovic's hands. Well, the ball's hardly been out of play yet, but we do have a free kick now against Peter Ndlovu. Walker. Whittingham's made a positive start on the night, involved in most of the good moves for Wednesday so far. Atherton slips it up there, straight onto the head of Rennie. And Degryse brings it back. Surely out of play. Briscoe, not the tallest of fellas, at 5'7". But it's a real bonus for Steve Nicol to be playing Premier League football again. He thought those days had left him when he moved from Anfield. Steve Ogrizovic in his 12th season with Coventry. This was the moment he should have been beaten. Deft little back heel from Hirst. Bright couldn't force it through. Degryse certainly should have done. Just caught the outside of his boot. 5 goals so far since his move from Anderlecht. Should have been 6. Atherton got the better of Ndlovu there, and releases Degryse. Williams bravely put his head in. Totally unsure as to how to break down the back line of Sheffield Wednesday there without straying offside. Good flick from Hirst, finds Bright, and just in following through he fouled the opponent, and so Coventry's free kick. Paul wanting support. Rennie driven up towards the edge of that penalty box. Briscoe's tackle. Sheffield Wednesday 0, Coventry 0. And either side gaining the ascendancy as yet, though Wednesday have had the best opening. Now it's Coventry's turn to look for a goal. Briscoe can only put it back. Went straight to the foot of Telfer. And then here's Telfer again. Former Lutonman trying to embarrass his old manager David Pleat. Here's a good run from Pickering. This is a decent setup. Headed out by Atherton. Pickering again. Easily read by Walker though, and Wednesday break with Waddle. Rennie read that well. They just keep this in, Ndlovu. There's no pace on the ball, and so Ndlovu attacks again and drives the ball straight at the Wednesday defender who was covering. Too much of a chase, I fancy this for Hirst. Ogrizovic able to take his time. In a partnership with Rennie, Coventry clear their lines safely enough. One or two rather aimless passes there out of defence from both sides. 10 minutes gone. Now, Pressman has one of the longest clearances of any goalkeeper in the league. That one's well inside the Coventry half, but he can kick it a lot longer than that, believe you and me. It's not much good when there's a foul at the end of it. So Rennie floats one up. Surely a foul by Ndlovu, climbing high, but using a step ladder. Shaw's first contribution of the night is to concede a free kick. So Waddle tries to get that one through for Briscoe. Just too much weight on the pass. Just slipped to Waddle. The idea was excellent. Waddle, still a gifted player, 62 England caps of course. Fancy he's won the last of those, but Sheffield Wednesday still value him. Dublin tries to stab the ball out there, and it was played into his own face by Briscoe. Pickering. Ndlovu, and well, I think that's the widest shot I've seen this season. Shake of the head. Tells you it was a very unsuccessful effort. There's an aerial view of Hillsborough this evening. Not a packed house exactly, but the form of these two sites leaves a little bit to be desired. Both will be listening out anxiously tonight, of course, with the draw for the third round of the FA Cup to be made a little later. Hall with this free kick for Coventry. Either side able as yet to make a breakthrough. Degryse gets away and flicked on by Hirst. And now Hirst will get through the middle. But easily enough, Pickering nods it straight back to his keeper. Rennie. It's an intelligent ball. Ndlovu taking it on the chest, and now Telfer hitting it in here. There's a good chance for Williams. He just made the slightest of connections, but credit to Nicol getting back there to body check Williams and make sure he didn't get any strength into his effort. A lovely ball initially, swung over by Telfer. Ndlovu laying it off. It was well played, Nicol, really. Williams, one of those two players sent off in the 3-3 draw with Wimbledon. He does get into great forward positions, though. Stevie Nichol's lost a tooth or two over the years doing that sort of thing. Williams again. Well, David Pleat is bemoaning the fact that his midfield is a bit brittle. That's why he's brought Steve Nicol in to play just in front of the back four. And to do some organising, to do some shouting. they've really missed the midfield skills of John Sheridan this season, and they've had a bit of a turnover recently, selling Andy Pearce to Wimbledon and Dan Petrescu to Chelsea. Walker beat Ndlovu away there, okay. So some good hustling coming in to make sure that Wednesday had to put the ball out on a line with their own 6-yard area. And Dion Dublin is always energetic and always dangerous, as 6 goals this season prove. Not played every match by any means, and that was a good flick through. Cleared up as far as Hirst. Paul had come across to mark David Hirst, who may lack a little bit of the zip he had 3 or 4 years ago. He won England caps, but still has to be marked. Williams looked it the wrong way, but it was okay because it went to Salako. Now Richardson. Here comes Pickering. Coventry with 3 men around the edge of that penalty box, and Dublin's the tallest man in there, and it's belted over the top of his own bar by Nolan. That could have been a spectacular own goal. Anyway, Pickering it is who hoists the ball up there. They're very aware of the height of Dion Dublin Wednesday. So Nolan has to guard his own post after that. Salako wins another one. Well played Whittingham, doesn't mind conceding corners. So Coventry will be encouraged by their start. Salako again. 3rd to come. He's also very vocal, Nicol, as you can tell. Now then, can Salako achieve anything from this one? And the referee says have a 4th go. That's going for the world record here. Telfer, one of those in there. Salako. Oh, it's there! Oh, off the line. No, the referee gives the goal. The ball had crossed the line, and Dion Dublin claims it. 4th time lucky. They've been working on a celebration routine as well. 17 minutes gone. A goal for Dion Dublin of Coventry. Salako's 4th consecutive corner. Dublin got in amongst the bodies, and although it was hooked out off the line, Mr. Reid was in perfect position to say that that is a goal. It was hooked away by Atherton, but Dion Dublin scores the night's opening goal for Coventry City, and this is the best view you'll get of it. The ball was over the line, as you can see, by some margin. So goal number 7 of his season for Dion Dublin, who repeats the goal he scored against Wednesday back in April. Sheffield Wednesday 0, Coventry City 1. And David Pleat's team has another problem on its hands. Well, I wonder if Dublin's goal will be enough to take Coventry off the foot of the Premier League tonight. It could be. Good refereeing from Mr. Reid. He's cheerful, isn't he? And so is he. He's not showing much cheer, but Ron Atkinson must be pleased with the start Coventry have made. And generally, he's always done well when he's come back to Hillsborough. On his first return as manager of Aston Villa, Villa won here 3-2. They won again the following season under Atkinson's managership. And now Coventry are in front. Well, yet another view of the goal. No matter how many times they see it, Sheffield Wednesday cannot claim that it wasn't a goal. It was. What a good signing he's proved. £2 million from Manchester United, a club record. But he's got the goals to justify that tag. Wednesday's turn to have a free kick. But since that Degryse effort, they haven't really conjured up anything Wednesday. And they don't look like a team playing with much confidence in front of their own supporters. Waddle. Bright is beaten to it. It's Whittingham who picks it up for Wednesday. Degryse. Tall ball and easily scabbed back to Pickering. Bounces away off Whittingham's instep. Straight through to Ogrizovic. 20 minutes played and Sheffield Wednesday a goal behind again at home. Their nerves will be jangling. These are the sort of matches they simply have to win. But Degryse again loses the ball. Williams, and it's just toe poke back to Pressman. Bright won it. The little knockdown is from Hirst. Really caught asleep, and they might suffer the consequences. Ndlovu misses the chance, and what a good chance as well. Boos around Hillsborough though. Poor play between Des Walker and Briscoe really opened the way for Ndlovu. There was the ball. Walker stood back. Ndlovu went on his way and missed. And what a let-off for Wednesday that is. Peter Ndlovu finding goals rather hard to come by at the moment. He's not scored, not in open play, in the last 11 games since one against Blackburn Rovers in a 5-1 defeat. He's just had one penalty in those last 11 matches. And he knows he can do better than that. Should have scored. Wednesday badly need a break because the crowd are getting on their backs a little bit. Whittingham. Put out by Shaw. Problem upon problem for the manager. Briscoe. Away by Rennie. Without a challenge really. It's the sort of thing the home fans don't like to see either. Forward from Atherton. Rennie stepped in smartly again. Rennie again. Hit long and hit very convincingly as well down that touchline, but it's just run out ahead of Salako. Certainly appreciating the pass he got from Rennie. Surely by Salako. Again Coventry winning the ball back all too easily for the liking of the home fans, and it's Pickering who comes forward again for Coventry City. Oh, and two Wednesday men getting in each other's way this time. It's just not happening for them at the moment. And Rennie is just gobbling everything up in the middle of defence. Now he might have some work to do. Hirst clips it out to that far side, but just too much for Nolan to achieve to keep it in. Oh, lovely running Salako. Overdid it. It's midway through the first half at Hillsborough. It's Coventry who have the ace card. A goal given them by Dublin. It really was the crescendo to some great pressure. 4 successive corners. Now the backheel from Pickering. That works out too, and everything's working out for Coventry at the moment. It's a better pass. Briscoe. And he's beaten his way through this time very well. Cuts it back in. Great chance here. Surely a goal. Guy Whittingham with the equaliser. He scored at Coventry. That proved to be a winner, and he scored again tonight. And didn't Briscoe do well? 25 minutes gone. Just the boost Wednesday needed, and it's Guy Whittingham who gives them it. Briscoe here really had to battle to get the better of Pickering. He held him off, pulled the ball back in. It got a slight touch on from Whittingham, and it was Degryse who touched it on. It was Whittingham who pounced to finish it off. Ogrizovic had no hope. But a perfectly timed and sweetly executed equaliser for Sheffield Wednesday. Whittingham's third this season. He actually got 2 against Coventry in the 5-1 win last December as well. So there isn't a team he enjoys playing against more than this one. Well, it really sets us up now. One apiece already. 25 minutes gone. 65 to go. And that will perk up the crowd as well here, because they were just beginning to get a little agitated by the failings of their players. This is offside against Ndlovu. On by Richardson, comes towards Dublin. So that time Walker crucially got his head in. Now Salako dance his way down that touchline, cuts inside Atherton, still going Salako, finds Ndlovu. They're still all onside here. Down goes Williams, gets the shot in. Pressman makes the stop, and the ball is allowed to run out quite intelligently by Dublin for a corner kick. I think one or two Coventry people were looking to see if Williams had been brought down there. He was definitely onside. There was the tackle which halted him in his tracks. He still had the presence of mind to get his shot in, and Dublin allowed the ball to run out for the corner. It's a good stop from Pressman, but it's still a Coventry corner from Richardson, and Rennie was getting in there. Richardson flicked it on, and Rennie almost profited. The man who scored that dramatic equaliser against Wimbledon in the 3-3 draw, Telfer flick, Rennie bravely in there. That looked to me to come off Mark Bright. But certainly brave work from David Rennie. Anyway, a goal kick was given. And Mr. Reid hasn't got much wrong so far tonight. Waddle again. Oh, he found his man Hirst delightfully there, Waddle. That's a neat little back heel from Hirst, but didn't open the way. Hopelessly sliced in the air by Pickering and then headed straight down by Shaw. And once again, the offside trap works against Peter Ndlovu. Coventry held their lead for only 8 minutes, and that's been their problem this season. They've not been able to retain a lead for very long. So maybe we've got 2 rather brittle defences on show here. Oh, Nicol's pass, ill-directed. Made a gift of that ball to poor Telfer, who'll size up his options for the cross. It was a pretty good one too. Dublin getting into the danger zone. He's just kept at bay. Nicol knows that he played his team into trouble there. It's amazing how many goals do come from defensive lapses. Salako, and these corners are posing a real problem. Ndlovu knocks it across. Free kicks given against Williams. But Sheffield Wednesday look extremely unhappy in defending these corners from Salako. Pressman didn't quite get there. Ndlovu knocked it back in, and that was where Williams committed the foul on Waddle. Well, Mark Bright's had no change out of David Rennie so far this evening, and he came off second best again in that aerial challenge. And now he might have a chance to do something. The ball in field is to Hirst. Briscoe. Again, Briscoe's done well. Waddle, can he open the door? Decent ball in. Headed away by Rennie, and then Pickering. Whoops! Good evening. Chris Waddle saying hello to the cameraman. Well, it's not often you get as good a close-up as that as a player. England international too. 1-1 it is. Whittingham, goal scorer for Wednesday. He'll keep plugging Wednesday forward here. That's Briscoe's cross in Ogrizovic's hands. Well, the space has opened up here for Salako. He's gone 40 yards already. Taking on Atherton, doesn't get the ball in, however. Easy enough for Nicol to clear. And then at full stretch, Nolan just about got his pass away to Degryse. Behind Hirst, and again it's a disappointing final ball from a Belgian international of that quality. Will give chase, but surely this is Pressman's ball to do with what he wants. He's a confident keeper, he's a good shot stopper, and he makes a good clearance. Hefty boot on him, Kevin Pressman. Directed in field to Ndlovu, and now a chance for Telfer. Again, Briscoe came off best in the challenge. Paul Telfer, the summer signing from Luton Town.
Get him line! Come on, guys! Watch it out, Des! Watch it out!
Oh, and surely a foul on Walker there by Ndlovu. Sheffield Wednesday 1, Coventry City 1. Nail-biting stuff for the supporters of these two teams down in the nether reaches of the Premier League. Coventry, of course, have been on the top flight longer than almost any club. Only Arsenal, Everton and Liverpool have been up there longer than Coventry. They've been in the top flight since 1967. They've had to hang on a time or two. They might have to hang on here as Whittingham thumps in another pile driver. Well, he must look forward to the fixture list every year and say, when are we playing Coventry? Because he certainly knows how to find the net against them. And this effort flies only just too high. It was always going up, and Ogrizovic is a tall man, but it cleared the bar by about 2 feet. It's the first time he's not played as an out-and-out striker in these last 3 or 4 games, when he's played just behind the front two. Ndlovu can't get the better of Nicol. Nicely taken down by Hirst. Whittingham to Waddle. Great ball from Waddle to that far side where Nolan was positioned. Little tuck back. On by Hirst. Back from Whittingham. Hirst to Whittingham again. Now to Hirst. Well, they're trading the passes around, but the fans are desperate to see a shot at the end of all this. I won't mind if Wednesday get a goal and Waddle's created space to win a corner. Well, plenty of attractive football tonight. Two teams really giving it a go in the bid for goals. And 10 minutes from half-time, they've got one apiece. Waddle waiting until Nicol gets in there. Shoots up well. And that came off a Coventry head. The one belonging to Ndlovu. Time taken by Degryse. Pressman palming the ball down comfortably and able to complete the stop. Well, he seems to have been resident in that Coventry City goal just there forever, more than a decade. Dublin gets himself free from these pursuers, finds Salako. John Salako shot, flips in, he couldn't hold it, Pressman, and Dublin wraps it into the back of the net, and Coventry have the lead back, courtesy of a horrid mistake by Kevin Pressman. Well, that was so simple for Dublin. He started it. Salako, it's a scything shot. The turf may be a little greasy because it has been raining. Pressman spilled it, and Dublin said, thank you. So 8 minutes before half-time, Coventry regained the lead in the most simple of fashions. Goal number 2 of his night for Dublin. And a tragedy, really, for Pressman. Dublin doesn't care about that. Down goes the Wednesday man on the edge of the area. Arms raised aloft. No more than a throw-in, says Mr. Reed. So, 3 goals to talk about already in the match. Now Whittingham has to create space for a shot again, and the ball spins off his boot, out for the goal kick. Well, 3 goals of contrasting merit, really. Atkinson saw Dublin give his side the lead with a header which was cleared from behind the line. Then Guy Whittingham poached an equaliser for Sheffield Wednesday after good work by Briscoe. And now Dublin with his second from an error by Pressman. Telfer, and offside this time. And, Peter Ndlovu hasn't quite broken that offside trap yet. Towards Whittingham. He's getting it well in support of Hirst and Bright. Atherton. It's a neat header. Opens the way for the cross ball in. It's a great chance. Mark Bright and colours in. 2-2. And it's raining goals at Hillsborough. It's the perfect riposte. 2 minutes after going behind again, David Hirst pops the ball into the back of the Coventry net. It's the 101st goal of his career, and could he have had an easier one? It's just as easy as the one Dublin scored 2 minutes before that. Bright will feel he should have scored. There was no stopping Hirst. Ogrizovic did his best with the Mark Bright effort. And David Hirst gets his 6th of the season. And, well, what a rip-roaring half we're having here. 6 minutes to go still to the half-time whistle, and it's 2 apiece. David Hirst coming back to something like his best goal-scoring form. Sympathy for Ogrizovic, who did well to beat out Mark Bright's effort. There was no hope that he could prevent David Hirst from getting in there. Well, it's strange, isn't it, this game of football? You looked at these two teams struggling to score goals, and they've conjured up 4 between them. They still haven't finished the first half. 5 minutes to the break. Free kick for Coventry. Walker kicks the ball away. That's not a good thing to do right in front of Mr. Reid. The battle-scarred Rennie. Mark Bright, who certainly contributed to that goal. He got into a great position to take on Ogrizovic. Hirst was the one who pounced. They build again with Williams and with Pickering. 2 players who've come out of the lower divisions up to the Premier League. Back by Hirst, on by Whittingham. Wednesday looking to get the traditional flowing game going. Pressman will be highly delighted with that David Hirst equaliser, coming so soon after his dreadful mistake. But Wednesday far from out of jail yet in this match. Both sides showing a willingness to attack and to have pot shots at goal too. Richardson this time. Richardson again, it's a lovely ball. Here's Pickering, he might conjure up a third. Had to be put away by Peter Atherton. Well, we're having a glut of goal-scoring opportunities, and it's a delightful pass by Richardson. Opened the way for Pickering here. Might have had a shot. Probably did the right thing in trying to find Dublin. 3 minutes to the break. Corner for Coventry. And they've looked dangerous with every one they've taken so far. Not one of Salako's best. He's created space for a cross. So almost found a way through before Bright touches out. And a foul and a free kick for Wednesday. Only 19, this boy, Marcus Hall, made his debut on New Year's Eve. But you can tell by the expression on David Pleat's face that he is not at all happy. He knows there's a lot of work to do. And he was telling me that he's got £6 million to spend here at Sheffield Wednesday. The problem is finding good enough players. He's hoping to sign 2 former Yugoslavian internationals shortly, but he's having work permit problems. And Waddle's having problems setting his sights. A wry smile. Well, whatever happens to Wednesday tonight, their Premier League record is remarkably consistent. Since the Premier League's inception, they've won 47, drawn 47 and lost 47. Can't get more straightforward than that. Hirst. Played a lovely pass out there this time for Nolan. Both sides showing much more idea in attack than in defence. And it's whipped back in here. Whittingham takes it on. Just couldn't quite turn on it for a shot, so Nolan crosses again. Oh, and it's flashed a foot wide by Mark Bright. Wednesday almost in front for the first time on the evening. Nolan's service and a flick of the head from Bright, Wednesday's top scorer in the last 3 seasons. It would have beaten Ogrizovic, but it was the wrong side of the upright. Actually missed by quite a margin from that angle, and he knows he should have hit the target. They're coming towards that half-time whistle, and Marcus Hall and John Salako trying to tee up Coventry again. The lead for a third time maybe. Pressman holds on this time. Ndlovu's charge almost put Pressman off there. It's been breasted down for Hirst though. Rennie will have to knock this one away. Only did so to, well, I was nearly said a Wednesday boot, and then it's curiously played all the way back to Pickering in the right back position for Coventry. The last act of an eventful half though, no complaints about the lack of incident. Dublin headed his side in front on 17 minutes. Guy Whittingham came up with an equaliser for Wednesday within 8 minutes. Then Dublin was there again to restore the lead on 37, and David Hirst has popped one up for Sheffield Wednesday on 39 minutes. It really sets up an exciting second half. The half-time score at Hillsborough is Sheffield Wednesday 2, Coventry City 2.
You are watching Neo Sports.
Away we go then for the second half at Hillsborough. 2-2, a feast of goals already, and who would say that there aren't more to come. Strange game in many ways. It's been studded with some bad passing and some bad marking, but you can't complain at having 4 goals. That's what people pay their money for after all. First foul by the ex-Derby man, Paul Williams. And Sheffield Wednesday perhaps missing their ex-Derby County player Mark Pembridge tonight. There was the flick through, there was the clearance from Salako. And here goes Ndlovu. He really should have done better with the best chance he had in the first half. And a good chance it was too, but he took the shot wide. Rennie up to Dublin. And Dublin does such a good job for Coventry, leading that line well. Nolan's clearance. 2 in a row. This time he finds Hirst, held up by Shaw, taken on here by Degryse. And hoofed out for a corner kick by the Coventry covering defender, who was Pickering. Well, Dublin and Hirst do equally effective jobs for Sheffield Wednesday. Degryse who took it on there. And Waddle with the corner, the first of the second half. Let's see if Wednesday can do what Coventry did from this sort of situation. Not as yet, but it just didn't fall in the area for Nicol following through. This is Ndlovu against Nolan. Ndlovu's ball in, it's a good one too, and Pressman off the line as Dublin came homing in on it. Waddle. And his man Briscoe did well to keep that in. Wasn't an easy ball to control. Tests his pace against Pickering. Waddle again. Sizes it up. A great chance for Hirst to... and then off his own bar by Richard Shaw. What an incredible game this is, littered with mistakes. I thought Hirst was going to go for goal. It was a perfect cross from Waddle. I was amazed when Hirst didn't really attack the net himself. Well, he left that job to Richard Shaw, who's had the most nervous of starts in a Coventry shirt, really. Sent off in one of his early games. And now, when Hirst headed the ball back in, Shaw was supposed to put it out, not against his own bar. Rather than distinguished beginning to his Coventry career. Anyway, Salako now crosses the ball in there. Williams. Two clearances, the second from Richardson's shot. Still chances of plenty appearing at both ends. Pleat from Pickering. Ndlovu. Confronted by the former England man, Des Walker, who won his last cap for England against San Marino. Popped in here, and although it was put out by Pressman, I think the ball had actually gone behind the goal line from Telfer's cross. Well, some major talking points in this game. And that last one, Richard Short, off his own crossbar. Well played again by Rennie. Really has held the Coventry defence together, but Hirst picks up the ricochet, and they look to be a shot in the back of Whittingham there, but Mr. Reid thought not that time. Nicol only as far as Dublin. Salako comes into things, knowing he's got a man haul on his left. He played it into the danger zone instead. Ndlovu couldn't get a clean strike in. Now Bright. Waddle. Lovely ball. Spreading play wide for Briscoe. Whittingham finds Briscoe. Not too close to Ogrizovic this time. But Briscoe's done some good things. He's a local boy from Pontefract, only 20. And Waddle, of course, we know all about him. It really was a delicious cross he put in for David Hirst a few moments ago, which merely set up a third Wednesday goal. So, a lot to talk about in the opening 5 minutes of the second half. And now Degryse, supported by Nolan. And the cross ball's in, and posed problems. Here's Bright. Well, every time a cross comes in, it seems to be an attacker who gets on the end of it. Mark Bright, top scorer this season, especially when you count inter-toto goals. Mark Bright's got 11, including 4 in that pre-season competition. Wednesday do count those goals in their records. Whittingham now. Turned and found himself in space, but then delivered the pass straight to the boot of Richard Shaw. And I don't think you'd find a very high percentage of passes finding the right player tonight. Far too many have been played to opponents. Telfer down the line. Coventry's throw. Telfer will look for Dion Dublin up there, maybe. Dion Dublin is there, but can't beat Pressman from that sort of range. Nonetheless, he's an excellent target man. Really made his mark at Cambridge United before moving to Manchester United, where he broke a leg early in his career at Old Trafford. Now Hirst goes on a rampaging run. Typical David Hirst, that, taking on Pickering. Now getting the ball in. Whittingham's header. Straight to Degryse. Well, it could have been 4 apiece already, that's for sure. And Whittingham could have had a hat-trick. There he is now, with Briscoe. Walker in the opposition half, that's a rare sight. Straight out from the big boot of Steve Ogrizovic. And Bright waits, gets the cushion header towards Hirst. Now Degryse hammers in the shot. Down goes Ogrizovic to make another save in this game, which is a pulsating one in many ways, simply because it's producing so much goal-mouth action. It may be a game littered with errors, but the chances are coming thick and fast. The latest for the Belgian, who's got 5 goals in his first season in Hillsborough. Now the action switches to the other end. Telfer towards Dublin. And a foul on one by Paul Williams. Waddle, just one of the 30-plus players out on the field tonight. Talking of age there, of course. There's another one waiting on the bench, ready to come on in Gordon Strachan. Waddle. Trying to get Briscoe up there. Pickering was in the way, and that's a bad challenge. That may be a yellow card. Whittingham following through. And the former army man has left Pickering lying absolutely prostrate. And I think Mr. Reid had no option there but to take the name of Whittingham. Pickering the only other one tonight to have been booked. He really chopped him down. Well, he certainly couldn't complain about the decision. Dublin's header wafted straight onto the boot of Briscoe this time. Breasted down by Bright. Wednesday seem to have more bodies around at the moment. This is Waddle. Lovely ball in there, just too much on it. It was Nolan who got forward, stolen into space in the penalty area. Oh, and that's disappointing for Wednesday. They had a break on there. However, Nolan accepts it cheerfully. Coventry's free kick. Neatly played. Pickering's being booed because the crowd thought he made a meal, but it was a bad looking tackle from Whittingham. And he hits a long ball up here now. It's beyond Dublin. And it's Nolan who heads out. Corner kick. And Wednesday looked very unconvincing in trying to defend against corners. A decent long punt from Pickering. So Pressman and co have to guard their net. Terrific moment for Dublin and for Coventry City. It's the third time he's given his side the lead tonight. Twice from headers at corners. Pressman going the wrong way. Helpless. Flicked on by Rennie. Dublin in the perfect place, and it's a hat-trick for the big man. Pressman had no hope. No keeping that one out. And it's not often the player scracks a hat-trick away from home, but that is exactly what Dublin has done tonight. And he's moved from 6th to 9th for the season. 56 minutes gone, Coventry in front for the third time. It's a real seesawing match. And who's to say Wednesday aren't coming back again now as Dublin concedes this free kick. And Dublin is hobbling. He looks quite anguished out there, and he's a bit of a passenger at the moment. Nolan fails to thread one through. Nicol now. Hammered away towards Ndlovu. Dublin is still hobbling a little, but he'll be up there, I'm sure, in support of this move. And he didn't quite have the legs to go for that one. But then the ball stabbed straight back to Hall of Coventry. Rennie. Telfer. Well, what a terrific hit he has been for Coventry City, Dublin. 4 goals against Sheffield Wednesday this year. 1 in April last season, 3 this season. And Des Walker knows what a handful Dublin is, especially in the air. He's finding space so well on those corners. Little flick-ons which are unhinging Wednesday. They might have to concede another corner now. No, only a throw-in this time. Steve Nicol. But it's another undistinguished performance by Sheffield Wednesday at home. They've won only once here this season. lost 4 times already. So one thing, it's been a real boost to Coventry's goals tally tonight. Prior to this evening, only Wimbledon have conceded more goals than Coventry, so they're continuing to leak goals, but only QPR and Manchester City had scored fewer than Sheffield Wednesday, so at least these two sides are both boosting their goals tally. Pressman away. By Bright. So can somebody come to Wednesday's salvation again? Whittingham, and I got the first equaliser. Hounded out of it. An hour played. Coventry have their noses in front for the 3rd time. Yesterday it was Les Ferdinand on the mark with a couple, Dean Holdsworth with a couple in the Newcastle-Wimbledon game at Selhurst Park. Today is very much Dion Dublin's day. What a great back pass again to Pressman, who makes light of it. And it's knocked down for Degryse. Here might be a chance for David Hirst. Tries to find the Belgian again in there, and Hall cuts it out. Hirst knows Bright's up there, and here comes Mark Bright. Should have been 3-3, it is now. Mark Degryse. Well, this incredible game takes yet another twist, but it was just so easy again. Hirst looked up, saw Mark Bright in there. There were 2 defenders, including Richard Shaw there. Bright got up, Shaw never challenged him, and Ogrizovic kept it out. Degryse put it in. 6 goals on the night already, but Bright found space so easily, and Ogrizovic must wonder what on earth's going on in front of him. 61 minutes played, 3-3 now. This incredible game. Ogrizovic has no cover at all. Back come Coventry. Well, I don't think I can remember a game in which the 2 defences have been so vulnerable, especially in the air. There have just been no challenges at all, and really, Degryse profited there because Bright was given so much space in the penalty area to put in a clear header. And Bright now twice should have scored, but at least he's had the consolation of setting something up for somebody else. Frank Barlow and Danny Bergara alongside David Pleat. He's got to get a message through to someone. I would have thought about tightening things up primarily. It may well be that Wednesday could bring on a substitute now. Nolan. Waddle. Well, I think he's put the ball in the air. He almost sure to score. Takes on Hall. Now he'll get it across. And here is a hit. Oh, and it's flicked on by Hirst. But I think Bright, or maybe Hirst himself, was in an offside position. But just about every goal tonight has come about from a cross ball in. The exception, of course, being that one where Salako hit the shot which Pressman fumbled. But otherwise it's been the cross ball which has been the undoing of both defences. It's 3 apiece, it could have been 6 apiece. And yet you have to say the quality of the football has not been of the highest order. Nonetheless, that's how the English fans like their game, laced with excitement. Forward from Hall. Salako's throw. Ndlovu available. Put away, not convincingly. Now it's Williams' turn. Maybe he'll have a go from here. Curls the shot in. Pressman makes the stop. I've lost count of the number of goal attempts we've had this evening, but it's a very high tally, that's for sure. Williams creating the space, taking on Atherton. Curled it wide of Nicol, but not wide of Pressman. But he has got 2 goals since his move from Derby. Scored last week, in fact, in the Coca-Cola Cup defeats at the hands of Wolverhampton Wanderers. Free kick for Wednesday here. Waddle pops it up there. Bright went down, Hirst just couldn't get there, ahead of Rennie. And now Williams with the chance to bring the ball away. Hirst may have lost a boot there. Well, we've seen some dramatic matches here over the years. First of all, as the manager of Sheffield Wednesday, and latterly with Aston Villa and with Coventry City. So there haven't been many matches where there have been as many goals as this. 25 minutes to go. Nolan, a good sprinter. He's got to get wide of Hall, and he's coming all the way back again. Maybe Atherton will float it up there. Yes, he does. Offside given against Mark Bright this time. But it does strike me that Coventry haven't yet managed to fit Richard Shaw into that defence as they would like. He's playing there alongside David Rennie at centre-back. Oh yes, Bright was offside. But it's not been the best of starts to a career with a club by Richard Shaw at Coventry. He was certainly at fault in allowing Bright all that room for the header, which set up the last goal. Now Telfer's indiscretion allows another Sheffield Wednesday free kick. Into the foot of Waddle, and he knows that the ball, if it's in the air, will pose a problem for Coventry. And he might put another one up. Yes, he does. That's the clear message. There was Bright, and he was onside that time. Just failed to make contact. No wonder Ogrizovic is bawling at the defenders in front of him. He's just got no cover at all. And Waddle has clearly got a message to say, hurl those crosses in. Bright just couldn't get there. But you can certainly see more goals coming in this match. David Pleat was asked before the game whether they could produce something similar to Wimbledon and Newcastle yesterday, and he said he didn't think that would happen. Well, it has. And they've got over 20 minutes left in which to go one better than yesterday's match. He's got 3-all to himself. Wednesday spread their goals around. Whittingham, Hirst and Degryse. Right. Plenty of time for Rennie. Oh, and he gives it away. He could suffer the consequences. On goes David Hirst. He's got it onto his right boot. Hirst shot off the upright, the inside of it. Bright might still tee somebody up. Oh, he's sliced wide this time by Guy Whittingham. I think that's the first mistake David Rennie has made, but it could have been a calamitous one for Coventry. Wednesday should have been ahead for the first time on the night from David Hirst. He always prefers it on his left foot, I always think. Still, he's got a good chance here. Carved his way through, slams it against the inside of the upright, and a little closer to Bright it would have been curtains for Coventry. Bad miss by Whittingham. It's the first blemish on Rennie's evening and he's got away with it. It makes me think it might end at 3-3 that. Still, nothing is predictable about this match. And Rennie makes another mistake. Ogrizovic comes to his aid. So an uncertain couple of minutes for David Rennie. Pressman away. Taken down by Whittingham into Hirst. Waddle. There's Walker, who's always been one of the quickest defenders around, to get away from Ndlovu before supplying the pass. Pickering intercepts Waddle's ball. There's Waddle back almost as a left back at the moment. 20 minutes to go. These sides sharing 6 goals. Beautifully taken down by Dublin, with a rather tepid finish. Hirst onto Whittingham. Hirst waiting for a second nibble at the cherry, maybe, but Williams in the end plays it back for his goalkeeper. Oh, a very unconvincing clearance again from Ogrizovic. And a poor pass there from midfield, presenting the ball back to Sheffield Wednesday. Up it goes from Pressman, on by Bright. There's Degryse. Didn't quite get the better of Hall, but it is a Wednesday throw-in, and you feel that Wednesday are in full cry now, hunting out what could be the decisive goal. In from Nolan, on goes Nolan again. Must tee something up here, surely. Nolan, it's in! It's 4-3 Wednesday. It's Mark Bright. A quite incredible game. Well, we were just tallying up the number of goal attempts in this match, and that was attempt number 27. It produces the 7th goal. They're coming at a ratio of 1 every 2.5 minutes. Full credit to Ian Nolan here, and Mark Bright at last gets his just desserts. Bright has set up 2 of the Wednesday goals. Now he gets one for himself. He just got it in front of Shaw. And Wednesday are in front for the first time on this amazing night. 4-3. So good, and Strachan prepares for action to see if he can rescue Coventry as they face yet another away defeat. Remember, they've not won away in 7 attempts this season, and with 18 minutes to go, they find themselves trailing for the first time in 72 minutes. Pressman under great duress there. He couldn't hold on, but neither could Dublin force it through, and the goal kick is given. Dublin had stayed onside. He's such a menace in the air. Pressman there, oh, he had the hearts clapping. Coventry have 3 times failed to hold a lead. Now we'll see whether Wednesday can retain the advantage that they have got for themselves for the first time. Here is the scorer of that 7th goal of the night, and here's the man who set it up, Nolan. Can't set it up this time. He's a wholehearted performer, Ian Nolan. David Rennie is the player who has been replaced. Strachan on at the age of 38. It was a great run by Nolan. But again, you have to say that Richard Shaw was at fault in defence in allowing Bright to get in front of him in the penalty area. Two sides who've had great problems all season in attack have suddenly found themselves with enormous problems in defence. Salako. And again. Put out this time by Nicol. He's looking forward to winning play for the first time as a Wednesday player. He figured in a 2-2 draw on his debut at Goodison Park against Atherton. Must be Coventry's free kick. They sweep forward themselves this time with Pickering on towards Telfer. I don't think there's enough pace on the pass though. It enables Briscoe to get back. Only come as far as Pickering again. Strachan waiting to be involved for the first time on the night. Instead it's Ndlovu. Degryse who clears. Bright takes it on. Waddle. You always feel that he might unlock that Coventry door, but instead he plays it straight to Strachan. One golden only to another. Can Strachan unlock Wednesday door? Not with that sort of a pressing goal. He says he doesn't really want to play, but he's just needed so badly by Coventry. Bottom of the table, only 9 points and 15 minutes away from another defeat. Would be the 9th of the season in only 16 matches. Waddle. Well, I would think that David Pleat now will be thinking of, we've got the lead, hold it, and tell his players to be a little more conservative. Coventry have proved themselves incapable of holding a lead. Let's see if Wednesday can do any better. They have to defend against Salako this time. Probably the quickest player on the field. And he's got a free kick out of this situation. And a yellow card shown to Peter Atherton. Third of the evening, 2 for Wednesday, 1 for Coventry. Well, Salako might be thinking that he hit a low shot in which Pressman couldn't hold, but instead he hoists it up there for Williams. Now Dublin, the man who's really spearheaded Coventry's drive to win this match with his hat-trick. It's always tough on a player who gets a hat-trick and ends on the losing side, but that could happen to Dublin. Richard Shaw's had another uncomfortable night with a Coventry shirt. Nicol, good ball, brings in Briscoe. Whittingham, Briscoe again. Remember, he set up the first Wednesday equaliser. Poor guy Whittingham, not this time. Wednesday's only home win, remember, came on August the 23rd, 2-1 against Blackburn Rovers. Nothing in September, nothing in October, and nothing in November. But maybe December is going to bring them 3 points. Shaw, Strachan, and Telfer. Ball to Salako. Goes for the first time ball in. It was well read by Nicol. And it's almost as though Wednesday is saying now to Coventry, you come at us and we'll try and get something on the break against you. There's Hyde, one of the Wednesday substitutes, and David Pleat hasn't used any of his 3 as yet. Chance up the middle again for Ndlovu. He's in here. Pressman makes up for his earlier mistake. Well, what a night for goalkeepers. And that shots on goal tally must be up around the 30 mark now. So the crowd of 16,229 have had an absolute feast tonight. one of the highest scoring matches of the season. Hirst, forward, and offside Whittingham. So it's a good stop that from Kevin Pressman, and what an important one it could prove to be. Ndlovu here, you felt he'd got the better of Des Walker. Couldn't finish it off. Salako trying to run rings around Nolan, and he's done pretty well apart from the final cross, which wasn't so good. Richardson at full stretch now. Strachan. Wednesday keep them at bay once again. And they've 10 minutes to hold on to the lead they've forged for themselves through Mark Bright's efforts. Degryse hasn't seen many wins since he left Anderlecht for Sheffield Wednesday. Only 3 all season, so a 4th beckons. But as we've said so many times on the night, who could predict what's going to happen next as Pickering drives forward for Coventry City. Strachan now. Ndlovu came to help him. This is Richardson. Former Everton Aston Villa man. Knocks one up there for Dublin. And they're rather stumbling in an awkward back header from Dublin. Now Salako. Trying to get the better of Nolan. And he does that. He's done well here. Salako! And it's clawed out of the air by Pressman. Good work from Salako. That's why they signed him from Crystal Palace during the summer. He's really overcome all his injury problems, put those behind him, and played some good crosses in, and it just eluded Dublin. Pressman, whose bad mistake enabled Dublin to get his 2nd goal tonight, but he certainly made a couple of critical stops in this half. Wednesday have a free kick, and I don't think they'll have too many men up there on the end of it, but Hirst was there. Arms are raised. Wednesday on the corner. Coventry get a goal kick. And that was the 101st goal of David Hirst's career tonight, when he got in there on the end of Bright's header and the save from Ogrizovic. Well, words there about Paul Telfer from David Pleat, who certainly knows all about the former Luton man as his ex-manager. Ndlovu. Waddle looks as though he's been through a war tonight. Salako's again in the action for Coventry. The back pass cut off. Then it's given back to Richardson. Wednesday can ill afford to give the ball away. Now it's Strachan. Knocks one up here towards Dublin, and it's put out for the corner. Nolan says, what else could I do? But Coventry know that their goals, well, certainly 2 of the 3 have come from corner kicks tonight. Wednesday have just found it impossible to mark me on Dublin. And Richardson knocks another one up there. This time it's Ndlovu. A little shimmy from him, a cross, and it's put out again for another Coventry corner. They scored after a sequence of 4 in the first half. You can see the looks of anxiety on their faces every time they concede another one. 3 in a row this time. Is there going to be a touch of deja vu here? Degryse is the blocker. This time it's headed away by David Hirst. Still bobbling around there, and finally Waddle does get it away, but not very far. It will come back again by Salako. Whittingham wins it well. He won it fairly too. Now he sprints away. Bright's trying to make space through the middle. It clipped his heel and he was offside. Well, Mark Bright certainly has his critics. There are many in the crowd at Hillsborough, but he's got a lot of goals for them. And he's set up 2 of the 3, 2 out of 3 as well tonight, and got the final one himself. That's too long. We're playing out the final chapter of this story, and Graham Hyde comes on to take his part in it, replacing Chris Waddle. And that really is a sign that David Pleat wants to shore things up. Takes away one of his most creative players. Waddle says, go on son, do the job. And it's pouring with rain now for these closing minutes at Hillsborough. But Hyde's a very competitive midfield player. In fact, David Pleat said before the game that both Hyde and Sinter were unlucky to lose their places tonight. They've done okay for him. Hirst. And visibly Wednesday trying to slow things down now. Nicol into Bright. Well, possession surely the name of the game for Sheffield Wednesday at this late stage. A catalogue of goals, 3 for Dublin, Whittingham, Hirst, Degryse and Bright. All on the score sheet for Wednesday. Telfer, Coventry look for a 4th goal themselves. Picked up by Ndlovu. Telfer to Pickering. Well, Guy Whittingham with a chance to play it forward, and he does that successfully to Bright. Safety first now for Wednesday. Right offside. Well, Coventry have now conceded more goals than anybody in the Premier League this season. 36 in fact. That is a really leaky defence. Just 3 minutes left for them to get a point from the game. As they build down the right with Pickering. Then with Telfer. His ball in will come towards Ndlovu, and bravely Pressman hoops it away. And the shot goes a long, long way wide in the end from Ndlovu. But this was brave goalkeeping. You have to have some courage when Ndlovu's coming in at you. Pressman did well there, and Ndlovu again fails to hit the net, or even the target really. He should be at least getting it somewhere in close proximity to the goal. But Ndlovu just can't score a goal at the moment. That's partly the reason for Coventry's downfall in recent weeks. Played straight out, that's not going to help the Wednesday cause. But they have to hang on for just 2 more minutes. Walker, that time he got in front of Ndlovu. Coventry's free kick, there is still time for them. How often have we seen late goals this season in the Premier League? Very often is the answer. Wednesday throwing everybody back now behind the ball in a bid to protect Kevin Pressman. Belted up towards halfway, but it won't reach Bright. Shaw. Well, I can't really remember an injury during the course of this game. I don't think either physiotherapist has been on. And rather tamely the ball was conceded to Wednesday there. And Nolan goes on for them, the man who set up what might well prove out to be the winning goal. He's done well again there, Nolan. Hirst took too long. Strachan got his studs in the way. And now Coventry move up to the halfway line. Inside the last minute. Strachan can't get the ball through. And as the rain pelts down at Hillsborough, Coventry face another defeat, and Ron Atkinson knows that the tide has to turn soon, or the First Division will be summoning Coventry City for next season. After that long run in the top flight, 1967, remember, in the old Division 1 and the Premier League. But when you get on a run like this, it's difficult to stop the rot. And yet, for so long tonight, things were going so well. With Dion Dublin spearheading the attack, 3 times putting Coventry ahead. But they are now 4-3 behind. Have Sheffield Wednesday done enough? Coventry must have been so hopeful of getting the break that they need when Dublin got that 3rd goal. But they've not been able to find a way through again since, and that wonky defence of theirs has let them down again. Been some crazy goals really on the night. Most of the goals down to poor defending rather than sublime attacking. On goes Degryse. Bright. Degryse again. Through from Hyde out to Hirst. We've played a minute of time added on.